Egypt put Canaan, while they may have all been dark-skinned, they are not the forefathers of the Negro races. Did you catch that? Ham's descendants, though dark-skinned, are not the forefathers of the Negro races. Here is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, published in 1967. Shows us the cover, and let's see what the dictionary says. Okay, it says the youngest son of Noah. He became the progenitors of the dark races, not the Negroes. So again, the Zondervan Bible Dictionary says that Ham was the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. We know that Ham's descendants are black because they are Egyptian, Libyan, Ethiopian, and Canaanites. Some more. Let's look at the New Standard Encyclopedia. And this is what it says. Ham, the third son of Noah. According to tradition, Ham had 4 sons, Cush, Mitzrayim, Put, and Canaan. As it is well known, North Africa is peopled by tribes of dark complexion. They are known as a Hamitic group. The most important, according to this, are the Berbers and Egyptians. Others are tribes are intermixed with Negro blood. It is difficult to say whether they are white or Negroid. I think that's interesting. However, however wide the custom, or however widespread the custom, it is incorrect to speak of a Negro as a son of Ham. That was news to me. But what do the Bible encyclopedias and dictionaries mean that Ham is not the Negro? Well, let's think about America. Africa is a landmass just like North America. Let's say America is filled with Caucasian people. But not because you're white. Not everybody is Irish, Italian, French. They're different nations. It's just white people. But you don't classify everybody. Oh, you're American, so you're white. Likewise, classifying people who live on a landmass of Africa, you're African because you have a relationship to the land. But not because you're black doesn't mean you're from the same nation. I want to mention, give kudos to Cal Cruz. He's a computer graphic guru, and he does a map of Africa, and what he did, he showed how massive the continent is. And if you look at Google Map and you just see the satellite image of the Earth, the continent of Africa takes up so much land mass that you see just a little bit of blue around the edges. It's huge. You can fit the United States in it like 3 times. You have the United States, you have a list of countries that you can fit like the entire European continent in it. That's how huge Africa is, but we don't know that because the maps that we see at school, the ones we're accustomed to, make Africa way much smaller than it is. Because they don't want you to know the wealth that they have taken, and they don't want you to know the truth about Africa. So, there are different people groups on a landmass, even though they have a relationship to the land. Now, when people tell us about the different races, but if you think Bible times, it wasn't about your race. Keep in mind, it's like 9 to 10, black to white, or 90 to 10. And I just say that figure based on the figures that we know today. It's about nations. But here we have a depiction of, and I want to bring you, call your attention to, oh, I went a little farther than I wanted to. I want to call your attention to the images at the base. You see the heads of men from different images, from different nations bowing before Pharaoh. You have the Libyan, the Canaanite, the Syrian, and the Nubian. They're all black people. However, the artist's rendition of the very images, and here is the original one that's on the walls in Egypt. The artist's renditions, they modernize it so everybody has a different skin color, and they race it up so you can see the race. So they teach you that these are the four peoples of the world: the Libyan, Nubian, Asiatic, and Egyptian. Just to let you know that this is the modern thing. So let's go over some terminologies. Okay? When you look at maps and you're looking at the word Judah, because we're going to be talking about the Jews, and we're going to be looking at old maps, you're going to see words like Wida, Fida, Judah, Yehuda, Yakoba, Ibo. These are just different languages. So it could be French, Dutch, Portuguese, Hebrew. So when we look at a map, for example, this map from the 1500s, and you see words like Yakoba, and I'm going to have to put it up here for you to see, and I apologize for the screen, and you see Wida right here. Those are just Jews. That's just the term, Judahite. We're going to look at old maps, and I'm so grateful for this, of the continent of Africa, because we want to think, what do the Bible dictionaries mean when they say that Ham is the progenitor of the dark race, not the Negro? Because the Negro is Shem. But Shem's in Africa. Right here, this entire blue mass, here's a bigger picture of it here. It says Y-E-H-U-D-A-H. It says Yahuda. And just by what I know about the landmass of Africa, I'm just going to make an educated guess and say that's at least the size of the entire United States. That says Yahuda. That's a whole planet in itself, you know, on the continent. That's Yahuda. This entire part that says Negro land and into Guinea, that's all Yahuda. That's all Judah. Here are some maps, which these are absolutely my favorite finds, because on this map, I can actually see the Garden of Eden, and it's not in Iraq. It is in Africa. And the lower section right here is the southern east tip of Africa right here, and that's what you see right here. So as I read Genesis, you will see some names on this map. Okay, so Genesis 2, 8a, and then 10 to 14. Now the Lord had planted a garden in the east of Eden. A river watering the garden flowed from Eden, and from there it was separated into 4 headwaters. The name of the first is the Pishon, right here. It winds through the entire land of Havilah. The name Havilah is right here. Where there is gold. The gold of the land is good. Aromatic resin and onyx are also there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. Right there. it winds through the entire land of Cush. Here it is, winding through the entire land of Cush. The name of the third is the Tigris. And that Tigris River, we actually have a closer map to the kingdom of Judah, which is up there. It runs along the east side of Asher. The fourth river is the Euphrates. And here, through the kingdom of Judah, is the Euphrates River. I just got real excited when I saw that. That's like finding gold to me. Here's just a picture of the Gihon River, which is located in Bahar Dar, Ethiopia. It's Africa. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It winds through the entire land of Ethiopia. There it is. It's beautiful to see. I have never seen green, lush pictures of Africa in the media. I've never seen Cush looking this awesome. So it's just fantastic to know. We may not be shown it, but it's just marvelous in my eyes. Okay. So here's another map which I love. And again, these are a little larger so you can see it for yourself. Let's read Genesis 10, 6 through 7. And it is exciting when you read the scripture and there's the maps and the name of the sons of Ham right on the map and their territory. This is our history. This is our scripture. It's amazing to me. Genesis 10, 6 through 7. And the sons of Ham, Cush and Mizraim, and Put and Canaan. And the sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, right here, Havilah, Sapta, and Dedan. It's Dedan. Dedan's right there, and the name is up here somewhere. So you can look at it later. But how fantastic is it? I got this, the maps from IsraeliteLiving.com, and the gentleman who did this video has promised to bless channel. There are people out there who are doing some fantastic work. I'm just so glad to find them. Okay, if you're curious as to where's Africa, it's the Bible. It's the whole Bible. But if you want to find the name, you won't find Africa, but you will find the name Ophir. O-P-H-I-R. And when you look in the different Bible commentaries, they will not tell you that. But what you will read in your scripture, and write this down, you will read 1 Chronicles 1:23 that tells you about Ophir and Havilah and Yobeb. And even from just looking at the maps, you can see Havilah and his name on the map. Also, 1 Kings 9:28 and 22:48, you see that both King Solomon and Jehoshaphat had to get the resources, the gold, from Ophir by crossing by ship. So they had to cross water. So in other words, this is Israel right here. This is Iraq right here. There is no land in between. But according to the scripture, you have to cross water to get to Ophir. So that's very interesting. And real quickly, what we've been taught about the curse of Ham, that's not so. Canaan was cursed, not Ham. Genesis 9:25. And the curse is to be a servant to his brother. And Shem did displace Canaan when the Hebrews obtained Canaan as the promised land. A curse, according to Exodus 20, verse 5, lasts 3 to 4 generations. And in fact, Canaan does not exist as a nation today. The other three nations, however, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Libya, do exist. That's just important information. So, scriptures that clearly contradict traditions should override the modern images and the worldly messages of the identity of who the true Jews are and the other tribes, who the Hebrews are. So regardless of your tradition and regardless of what images, the scripture has to stand first and foremost. So let's quickly go, because we're looking at the history of the children of Israel. So you want to know somebody? Let's see where they're born. Where they're born.